Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Green Bitch Tarot, and I'm back with another reading for you guys today. Today is going to be, what was their first impression of you? So, we have 4 different stacks, 4 different piles, and I'll go ahead and introduce them to you. So the first pile, we have the Carnelian. Lovely, lovely. And then the second pile, we have the Moonstone. And the third pile, we have the Citrine. And then the fourth pile, last but not least, we have the clear quartz. Alright, so within each of these readings, we're going to see, what their first impression was of you. It could be somebody that you're friends with, or someone you're romantically interested in, or even like if you just went to a job interview, you're wondering, okay, did I make a good first impression? Maybe we could possibly see with the cards. So I want you to go ahead and pick a stone, pick a pile, 1, 2, 3, 4, or Carnelian, Moonstone, Citrine, or clear quartz, whichever you feel most drawn to. I want you to pick that pile, and I will have timestamps in the description as well as the comments below. So yeah, let's get to it. Woo! Alright, group 1, if you chose the Carnelian, this reading is for you. We're going to see what their first impression of you was. Alright, so first we have the Holly King. Second, we have the Ace of Chalices. And then we have the Four of Amethyst, which is also like 4 of Swords. And then we have 2 mermaid messages. First one is meditate. Second one is choose wisely. And then I picked 1 oracle card. We have Starkeeper. Alright, so what does all this mean? Well, let's get into it. That's why you're here to understand. Anyways, so the Holly King. So the Holly King is like about to go on a new path and a new journey. So possibly you guys met, I don't know, maybe on a dating app or something, or maybe a job opportunity. But this person, the Holly King represents personal growth and being like a seeker and seeking out new things. So however you guys met, it was through seeking new opportunities and new paths. Alright, and then we have, cards don't want to pop up, we have the Ace of Chalices. Now the Ace of Chalices, this one actually like represents love, so I'm really thinking maybe possibly this could be like a little love connection, like maybe you met on Tinder or something, I don't know. But it also means like positive changes, joy, and abundance, and inspiration as well too. Let's see. And then the Four of Amethyst, 4 of Swords, means this guy, like literally on vacation, he's just kicking back under the tree. It's like a vacation. Very much like getting his plans in order, gathering his thoughts, a lot of ease of tension. So I'm feeling like their first impression of you was very good, like is very positive. They feel like you're very easy to talk to. They feel like you possibly could be a good candidate for the job, or you could be a good person to possibly start a new relationship with. That's what I'm getting so far from the tarot cards. Let's go into the mermaid messages. So meditate. We had our little lazy guy under the tree over here. Make some quiet time in the still air. So I feel like they're still thinking about you. They're still thinking about this. I feel like you left a really good impression on them. And I feel like right now, with choose wisely, be discerning. You don't have to keep everything in your net. So I feel like they're trying to make a choice. Do they want to go on that second date with you or not? Or are they ready to, maybe possibly start a new relationship or hire you onto the job? And then we also have the Starkeeper. Now, Starkeeper is a cosmic ancestor. Seed the light by staying grounded. So I feel like they were kind of like taken back by you, like by surprise. So they're trying to make a decision, like, am I ready for this kind of a connection, or are we ready to have this strong of a person on the team? Because I feel like you have a very strong presence, and you're everything that this person or this job or even meeting somebody's a new family, meeting somebody else's family. I feel like you are everything. Like, you exceeded all of their expectations, and I feel like they're just kind of sitting back and kind of like in awe. So my advice to you is, you know, do the same thing. Like, sit back and enjoy, you know, what happened with this first impression, because I feel like it's a very good, very natural impression, and they really did enjoy your company. I just see a lot of positivity here, but you do need to stay grounded. Even though it's a really good connection, you gotta stay grounded, because I feel like if you do get too over your head, it might scare them away. Whether it be job or romance or whatever. But yeah, I hope that this message resonated with at least one of you, if not all of you, or some of you. If you have any questions, want to go further deeper within a reading, could always hit me up on my Instagram, Green Bitch Tarot with 2 V's. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful night, morning, day, whenever. Okay, love y'all. Bye. Alright, group 2, if you chose the Moonstone, this message is for you. Then we're going to see what their first impression of you was. So, start off with the tarot cards. First one we have is the Three of Asmus, or the Three of Swords. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Wands. And then another one popped out, the Queen of Pentacles. I'm kind of glad that one popped out, because it makes more sense with these first 2 cards. And then for your marine messages, we have Safety. And then we have Journey. And then for your Starseed Oracle, we have Activated Earth. So, what do all these cards mean? Well, let's find out. Alright, so let's start off with the Three of Asmus, or Three of Swords. And this one is about taking new paths, independence, separation, possibly. You see she's bringing home groceries. Maybe she lives alone, you know, just started something new. But yeah, let's move on to the other cards, because when I first looked at these cards, I'm like, this doesn't make too much sense, but then I'm like, oh, okay, makes a little more sense the further we go. As further I drew, I was like, oh, okay, this is all making more sense. Alright, and then the Five of Pentacles. This one is like unexpected expenses, financial worry, feeling secluded, and it's like kind of like a temporary sort of state of being, though. Just like the snow eventually does melt, so it is very much temporary, but there was some feeling of like isolation, maybe their first impression of you, like you were, like they were in a group and then they saw you and they were like, oh, well, what are they doing over there? Alright, let's pull the next card. Alright, and then the next one we have is the Ace of Wands. Now the Ace of Wands is like it's pretty much a new phase, a new career, a new journey. It's beginning with something new, something very new and fulfilling. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, who like totally makes this all make sense. Alright, so the Queen of Pentacles is fruitfulness, work rewarded, and like stability. You have the Dove, like new hope, peace. But she's very like a fulfilled lady. So I feel like this person probably was like judging a book by its cover when they first saw you or met you. I feel like they kind of saw you as this person that didn't have a lot, but in reality you have so much going for you. And I feel like once they did get to know that about you, it really stabled things out. It really stabled out their first impression of you. But I definitely get they judged you just by, you know, your looks first. They didn't really try to get to know you until I think maybe something new happened in your life, and they're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that they had this job, you know, that's pretty cool. Like, how did they get that job? I want that job. I don't know. I'm just throwing out possibilities here. But anyways, let's go into your mermaid messages. So the first one we have is safety. Don't be too proud to go back to the shore. So I feel like with this card, safety, yeah, they definitely, they were really kind of stuck to their original impression of you, but then they kind of took that back, and receded the kind of negative thoughts they had of you to the more safer, more peaceful thoughts, if that makes any sense. And then we have journey. Half the treasure is in the journey. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding it. So I feel like they are probably still learning about you. It definitely was a journey for them to kind of get to know you. Their first impression was, again, very book cover, very much judged a book by its cover kind of deal. And then we have, for our oracle card, Activated Earth. Power place, ley lines, trust where you're led. So, you know, I feel like this is definitely like a trust where you're led. I feel like they have more trust for you now that they got to know you a little bit more. Whoever this person was, they were very judgmental towards you at first. But you could be one of those people that is just hard to get to know at first. Like, I'm definitely one of those people. I swear, more times than not, like, the person I'm like, will never be friends with that person, I end up being best friends with that person. So it could be that same sort of situation. They kind of saw you, they didn't really want to be friends with you, and then they got to know more about you, and they see, you know, this person does have a lot going for them, and they do kind of want to be a part of that journey, and there is some trust. Yeah. Alright, well, I hope this resonated with at least one of you, not all of you, or some of you. If you do have any questions or want to further the reading, you can always send me on my Instagram, Green Vish Tarot, 2 V's. And I guys hope you have a wonderful night, morning, day, whatever. Okay, love y'all. Bye. Alright, group 3, if you chose the Citrine, this message is for you. Alright, see right there. So we're going to see what their first impression was of you. Alright, so the first tarot card is the 8 of Chalices. The second tarot card is the 8 of Pentacles. And then the third tarot card is the 4 of Chalices. And your mermaid message, we have direction. We have reflection. Direction, reflection, okay. And then for your oracle card, we have the void. Alright, so let's get into your tarot cards. So, the 8 of Chalices is like a turning point. It's a new path. He's, you know, thinking of maybe maybe there's something I need to change, you know, maybe a change of social patterns or something. Maybe I need to look at this a different way or go a different way with this. And then the Eight of Pentacles is generally like a person with good self-esteem, new, very fulfilling, very accomplished, very good with their work, sort of like a lifelong card. So possibly you guys met trying out new and different things or something like that. And then we have the Four of Chalices. Now the Four of Chalices, this one usually is like dissatisfaction or like sort of like resentment, but it also can mean like a new friendship. That's kind of what I'm getting here. She has a 3 right here, but then 4, so like she completes her, you know, so being fulfilled. I'm seeing more of the friendship part of this card, not the dissatisfaction. I feel like you put away that dissatisfaction in your life. I see a new friendship beginning. So I feel like their first impression of you, I feel like they saw somebody who could fulfill a need that they needed in their life, and that could be friendship. And it's a new journey sort of a thing, and I feel like their first impression of you was very favorable, very good. Yeah, we have direction for your mermaid card. Trust your inner compass and find your bearings. So I feel like in you they saw somebody they could trust, somebody who could probably help bring up their self-esteem, someone they could confide to. And then we have reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. So they possibly could have saw a little bit of themselves in you. Like maybe they were dissatisfied as well with the current things going on in their life, and they thought, you know, maybe this would be a good friendship. I'm getting a lot of friend vibes here. If it's a relationship, it could be that too. Like they saw that you had all this to offer, all this skill and fulfillment. Oh my gosh. Fulfillment that you bring into their life. And so you maybe call them over and you're waiting for them to come with their 4th cup. And then let's go to your oracle card. So this is the Void. Now the Void says, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So with the Void, I feel like they filled that void for you. And I think you need to really stop and reflect on that connection that you guys have, because you guys kind of fulfilled a void that you both had, and you both are kind of going in a new direction, and it's a really good friendship. I feel like they saw a lot of you in them, and that was their first impression of you. Somebody they can relate to, somebody that they could trust and have a lifelong friendship with. Yeah, meeting you was like the turning point in their life. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting for their first impression from you. I hope this made sense to at least one of you, if not all of you, or maybe some of you. If you do have any questions or want to go further with the reading, you can always hit me on my Instagram, Green Bitch Tarot with 2 V's. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful night, morning, day, whenever. Okay, I love y'all. Bye. Alright, group 4, if you chose the clear quartz, this message is for you. Alright, so let's get into your tarot cards. You actually had 4 tarot cards pop out, so let's get into them. First one we have is the 6 of Athos, or the 6 of Swords. And then we had the Siddhi. And then we have the 9 of Athos, or 9 of Swords. And then we have the High Priestess. And for your mermaid messages, we have wild. For your other mermaid message, we have move. And then for your oracle card, we have the Hathors. There we go. Now you can see it. All right. So let's get into the tarot cards. So 6 of Aces or 6 of Swords. This is like kind of like a peaceful journey. Like whenever I see like a boat on a water, I think of a peaceful journey, especially like on a river that's not too rocky. Kind of like troubles left behind, possibly improvements. Like the water is very smooth here; it's not rocky, so I feel like it's just a very kind of a peaceful sort of first impression that they got of you so far. And then for the city, this is like inspiration, patience, and like fusion and overcoming differences. So maybe you guys have different tastes or something, or your first impression of you maybe was a little bit different, and they eventually got to know you and they overcame that. But I feel like more like you guys have differences, but they accepted those differences. That's really what I'm feeling here. You guys have differences, but they accepted those no matter what. And then we have the 9 of Aces. Now the 9 of Aces, 9 of Swords, is kind of like, it's a very anxious card. You see that there's a bat outside of her window. She's kind of afraid. And kind of like, you know, very anxious. They may be like overly empathetic, wanting to understand and needing to like kind of relax. So yeah, let's go into your other tarot card, and then let's see what sort of picture we're getting for their first impression. And then we have the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is like insight and secrets revealed, and trusting your intuition. It's interesting because both of these are kind of like little they're both working on spells. So I feel like their first impression of you, they understood where you were coming from being anxious. Because I feel like you were probably like maybe a little bit intimidating to them. So they were a little anxious, but you're very understanding and very caring and very nurturing, and you kind of you kind of relaxed their fears. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Let's go into your mermaid messages. First card we have is Wild. Believe in your otherworldly beauty, dance with the waves, and drink in the sunshine. So yeah, they may thought you were like a little bit wild. You probably, I'm feeling strong vibes that you believe like in the metaphysical and like tarot card reading and stuff. I mean, you're watching a tarot card reading right now, so I feel like they were kind of scared by that a little bit. Possibly. Or you were scared that they would judge you on that. Yeah, that's what it is. You were scared that they would judge you on it, but they're very understanding, and it's very calm. Like, they are very accepting of it. Yeah, that's definitely what I gave it. This isn't them, this is you. The 9 of Aces is you being very unsure of how they would react to you. But yeah, your other card that you have is Move. Barnacles only grow on a dot ship. So I feel like you kind of moved them in a way. Kind of changed their thoughts of how they originally saw You know, it could be metaphysical related, like your studies. It could be your studies. Like, maybe you're studying to be a mortician and they thought, oh wow, that's really like weird. Or you're afraid they would think that's weird. But it's a lot of movement. Like I feel like the word flow just pops into my mind just because of the Six of Athmas. They kind of just go with the flow, and they're very selfless, very understanding. And then we have, for your oracle card, the Hathors, which is deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So I feel like their first impression of you was just this deep understanding love and wanting to get to know you. Like, they weren't intimidated by you at all. They were kind of intrigued by your wildness and wanted to move and to get to know you. I just feel like a very natural kind of first impression. Like, you had all these doubts, but really they're just a very kind-hearted person that just wants the best for you, wanted to get to know you. And I feel a lot of peace. Because I feel like you're afraid of a lot of people that judge. A lot of people are going to judge you. But as long as you live your true self, then the only person that can judge you is you. We are all our own worst critic, and I feel like you were a little too worried about this connection. You're thinking a little too hard on it. And I feel like there's just a deeper love there, a deeper understanding. Yeah, I hope this resonated with at least one of you, if not all of you. If you don't have any questions or want to go deeper within the reading, you can hit me up on my Instagram. We're doing Bitch Tarot with 2 V's. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night, morning, day, whenever. Okay, love y'all. Bye.